The Harmony-class research vessel drifted silently through the Kuiper Belt, its quantum sensors probing the darkness between worlds. Dr. Maya Patel stood at the observation deck, her dark eyes reflecting the distant pinpricks of light that dotted the void. After 15 years of searching, they'd finally found something that couldn't be explained away by natural phenomena. "Dr. Patel," the ship's AI announced, its voice carefully modulated. "The anomaly's energy signature has increased by 47% in the last hour." Maya nodded, her fingers dancing across the holographic interface floating before her. The readings were unlike anything humanity had encountered before, a perfect sphere of distorted space-time, approximately 3 kilometers in diameter, hovering at the edge of the solar system. "Wake the crew," she ordered, "and send a priority message to Earth Defense Command. Use Protocol 7. Within minutes, the ship's corridors hummed with activity. Chief Science Officer James Chen arrived first, his usually immaculate uniform wrinkled from sleep. "This better be good, Maya. I was having the most wonderful dream about." His voice trailed off as he saw the sensor readings. "Is that what I think it is? If you think it's an artificial construct using technology far beyond our current understanding, then yes," Maya replied. "And it's not alone. We've detected similar energy signatures throughout the Kuiper Belt. They're well hidden, but once you know what to look for." The ship's tactical officer, Lieutenant Sarah Okonjo, arrived next, already reviewing data on her neural interface. "I count 37 distinct anomalies. Some of these have been here for centuries, based on the surrounding dust patterns." Captain David Torres was the last to arrive, his weathered face grave. "Earth Defense Command has acknowledged. They're implementing the Cassandra Protocol." Maya felt her heart skip a beat. The Cassandra Protocol had been developed decades ago, after humanity's first detection of artificial signals from deep space. It was a comprehensive response plan for discovering that humanity was not alone, and that the others might not have their best interests at heart. "Sir," Lieutenant Okonjo called out, her voice tense. "The anomalies, they're changing." The sphere closest to their position began to shimmer, its perfect geometry dissolving into something that defied human perception. Through the distortion stepped a vessel that seemed to ignore the basic rules of physics, its hull flowing like liquid metal while maintaining impossible angles. "They know we've spotted them," Captain Torres said quietly. "Send the secondary signal to command. And Maya, it's time to show them what you've been working on." Maya smiled, though there was little humor in it. She'd spent the last decade developing technology that the rest of humanity, even most of the crew, didn't know existed. Project Oracle, they'd called it, humanity's insurance policy against hostile first contact. The alien vessel approached, its size becoming apparent as it drew closer. It was massive, easily dwarfing their research ship, yet Maya felt no fear. Instead, she felt a fierce pride as she activated the quantum protocols she'd hidden within the Harmony systems. "Incoming transmission," the ship's AI announced. "They're broadcasting in all known human languages." The message was simple. "Children of Earth, you have finally seen us. We come in peace to welcome you into the galactic community." Maya exchanged looks with her fellow officers. The aliens' choice of words, "Children of Earth," revealed more than they'd intended. It spoke of condescension, of viewing humanity as lesser beings to be guided and controlled. "Respond on all frequencies," Captain Torres ordered. "Tell them we accept their peaceful greeting and request a face-to-face meeting." And Maya, activate the Oracle. Deep within the Harmony's quantum core, systems that had laid dormant for years came to life. As Maya entered her authorization codes, she smiled again, this time with genuine amusement. The aliens thought they were making first contact with a primitive species that had finally noticed their watchers. They were about to discover that humanity had seen them long ago, and had been preparing for this moment ever since. The real question wasn't whether humanity was ready for the galactic community, but whether the galactic community was ready for humanity. The alien ship drew closer, its impossible geometry still shifting and flowing. Maya watched as her quantum sensors gathered data that would have been impossible to collect without direct contact. The aliens thought they were initiating diplomatic relations. In reality, they were giving humanity unprecedented access to their advanced technology. Oracle is online, Maya announced. All data is being recorded and transmitted back to Earth via quantum entanglement. Our friends out there won't detect a thing. Captain Torres nodded, his expression stern but his eyes twinkling. Then let's go welcome our new galactic neighbors, and hope they're ready for some surprising revelations about their children. 3 months after first contact, the gleaming spires of New Geneva's Interstellar Diplomatic Center rose like crystal formations against the Swiss Alps. Maya Patel stood before the floor-to-ceiling windows of her office, watching as another alien delegation arrived through the quantum aperture gateway. This group appeared to be composed entirely of crystalline beings that refracted light in impossible ways. Her neural interface pinged softly, Oracle's quantum analysis beginning automatically. The aliens thought these diplomatic exchanges were about integrating humanity into their galactic community. They didn't realize every meeting, every demonstration of their technology, was feeding humanity's understanding of their capabilities. Dr. Patel, her AI assistant announced, Captain Torres requests your presence in the secure conference room. Priority level Alpha. Maya found Torres waiting with Lieutenant Okonjo and Chief Chen. The captain's expression was grim as he activated the quantum privacy field around the room. Show them, he ordered, and Sarah Okonjo projected a hologram in the center of the table. This was intercepted by Oracle an hour ago. Sarah explained. It's a transmission between the Crystalline Confederation and something calling itself the Assembly of Order. The hologram displayed alien text that Oracle translated in real time. The humans advanced too quickly. Their adaptation of our quantum gateway technology took weeks, not the projected decades. The Assembly's concerns were justified. This species cannot be allowed to develop unchecked. Maya felt her chest tighten. There's more, isn't there? James Chen nodded, adding his own data to the projection. We've detected massive energy signatures at the edge of the solar system. They're trying to be subtle, but Oracle can see through their cloaking technology. They're assembling something big. A containment field, Maya realized. They're planning to quarantine our entire solar system. That's not all, Torres said quietly. Oracle's deep analysis of their diplomatic records shows this isn't the first time they've done this. There are references to other contained species, civilizations that developed too quickly, that didn't fit their careful plan for galactic development. The room fell silent as the implications sank in. The alien coalition's peaceful overtures, their offers of cultural exchange and technological guidance, it had all been a facade. They weren't welcoming humanity into their community. They were assessing the threat humanity posed to their established order. How long? Maya asked. Based on the energy buildup, they'll be ready to activate the containment field in 72 hours, Sarah replied. Maya smiled, though there was steel in her expression. Then it's time for Phase 2 of Oracle. Captain, we need to contact Earth Defense Command immediately. And someone get me Administrator Chen from the Quantum Research Division. The next 48 hours were a blur of activity, hidden beneath the continued facade of diplomatic exchanges. While alien delegations toured Earth's cities and spoke of cultural integration, humanity's quantum networks hummed with encrypted communications and covert preparations. Maya worked through the night, coordinating with research teams across the globe. The aliens' containment technology was impressive, but Oracle had already identified its fundamental flaw. The same vulnerability that seemed to appear in all their quantum-based systems. They think too linearly, Maya explained to her team. Their quantum technology is based on perfect mathematical models, elegant and precise, but they never considered that imperfection might be an advantage. Human quantum technology was messier, more intuitive. Where alien systems relied on perfect harmony, human engineers had learned to work with chaos, to ride the quantum wave rather than trying to control it completely. On the morning of the third day, Maya stood in the diplomatic center's grand hall, watching as the alien representatives arrived for what they thought would be another routine meeting. The crystalline beings, the energy forms, the geometric entities, all the various species that made up the coalition were present. Her neural interface showed her the massive energy buildup at the solar system's edge. The containment field was nearly ready. In less than an hour, they would spring their trap, expecting to lock humanity away in a cosmic prison. Maya touched her quantum communicator, sending a simple message. Execute Phase 2. Across the solar system, hidden human quantum arrays activated. The aliens' carefully constructed containment field began to waver as it encountered interference patterns it was never designed to handle. Their perfect mathematical models crashed against the controlled chaos of human quantum technology. In the Grand Hall, the alien representatives' composure cracked as they received urgent communications from their ships. Maya stepped forward, her voice carrying across the suddenly silent room. "Perhaps," she said, "it's time we had an honest discussion about humanity's place in the galaxy." The Grand Hall of the Interstellar Diplomatic Center had fallen into chaos. The crystalline beings vibrated with frequencies that set human teeth on edge, while the energy forms pulsed with agitated patterns. Maya stood calmly at the center of the storm, Project Oracle's quantum interface showing her everything the aliens were trying to hide. "Impossible," the lead representative of the Crystalline Confederation spoke, its harmonics translating directly into human speech. "Your technology is not advanced enough to interfere with the containment field." "That's where you made your first mistake," Maya replied, gesturing to the holographic displays materializing around them. "You assumed that because we approached quantum mechanics differently than you, we must be inferior. You never considered that we might find solutions you hadn't imagined." The displays showed the alien containment field dissolving under the influence of human quantum arrays. But more than that, they showed something that made the alien representatives recoil: complete schematics of their most advanced technologies, broken down and improved upon by human engineers. "While you were studying us," Maya continued, "we were studying you. Every diplomatic meeting, every technological demonstration, every quantum signature from your ships. Oracle was analyzing it all, finding patterns you didn't even know existed." A new figure materialized in the hall. Administrator Chen, appearing via quantum projection from Earth Defense Command. "For decades, we suspected we weren't alone. When we detected the first hints of your observation posts, we had a choice to make. We could wait passively for you to reveal yourselves, or we could prepare." The geometric entities shifted their impossible angles, their equivalent of agitation. "You claim to have known of our presence. For how long?" "Long enough," Maya answered. "Long enough to understand that your coalition's peace was built on control, not cooperation. Long enough to develop countermeasures for every technology you might use against us." Through her quantum interface, Maya could see the alien representatives communicating frantically with their ships. She knew what they were discovering. Not only had their containment field failed, but their vessel's quantum systems were being analyzed and mapped in real time by Oracle. "Your species is dangerous," the energy form representative pulsed. "Your development is too rapid, too unpredictable. The stability of the galaxy is not threatened by our existence," Administrator Chen interrupted. "It's threatened by your fear of change, of difference. You've contained other species before us, haven't you? Civilizations that developed in ways you didn't approve of." The silence in the hall was confirmation enough. Maya touched her quantum interface, bringing up new displays. "We've decoded enough of your records to find them. 12 species locked away in their home systems because they didn't fit your model of how civilization should develop. It was necessary," the crystalline being insisted. "Their chaotic development patterns led to innovations you never imagined," Maya finished. "Which is exactly what you feared. You didn't contain them to protect the galaxy. You contained them to protect your position at the top of the galactic hierarchy." Through Oracle, Maya watched as more alien ships arrived at the edge of the solar system. But she felt no concern. Every arrival simply gave Oracle more data, more patterns to analyze and understand. The aliens' technological advantage was evaporating by the second. "We're not your children," Maya declared, her voice carrying the weight of humanity's determination. "We're not a primitive species to be guided or contained. We're your equals, whether you're ready to accept that or not." Administrator Chen stepped forward, his quantum projection as solid as if he were really there. "You have two choices now. You can continue your attempts to contain us, knowing that we can counter any technology you possess. Or, the geometric entity shifted. Or you can accept that the galaxy is changing. Work with us to free the species you've contained. Help us build a galactic community based on genuine cooperation and the free exchange of ideas." The alien representatives conferred among themselves, their communications a symphony of quantum fluctuations that Oracle translated in real time. They were beginning to realize the full scope of their miscalculation. Humanity hadn't just developed countermeasures to their technology. They'd improved upon it. Maya watched as the future of human-alien relations hung in the balance. The Coalition had spent millennia shaping the galaxy according to their vision. Now, in the span of a few hours, humanity had shattered their carefully maintained order. The question was, would they adapt or would they fight? Either way, humanity was ready. Tension filled the grand hall of the Interstellar Diplomatic Center as the alien coalition fractured before humanity's eyes. The crystalline beings had gone completely still, their facets reflecting light in complex patterns that Oracle translated as intense internal debate. The energy forms had split into distinct factions, their quantum signatures oscillating at opposing frequencies. Most interesting to Maya were the geometric entities. Their impossible angles had begun shifting into new configurations, forming patterns that Oracle's analysis suggested indicated a fundamental paradigm shift in their thought processes. "The humans speak truth," one of the geometric beings announced, its form restructuring itself into what Maya's interface identified as a stance of advocacy. "Our policy of containment has stifled innovation across the galaxy. We have mistaken uniformity for stability." The crystalline leader's response came in sharp, discordant tones. "You cannot be serious. Their chaos will spread. They will destabilize everything we have built." "Everything you have built," a new voice joined in. Through the quantum aperture gateway stepped a being of pure light, its form constantly shifting between states of matter. Maya's interface identified it as a representative of the luminal collective, one of the oldest species in the Coalition. "We have watched," the luminal being continued, "as you transformed our grand experiment in galactic cooperation into a tool for control. The humans have shown us our failure." The energy forms surged forward, their aggressive posture clear even without Oracle's translations. "Then you too would betray millennia of order. For what? These upstarts who think a few clever tricks with quantum mechanics make them our equals." Maya smiled, touching her quantum interface. Around the hall, new holograms sprang to life, showing not just Earth's solar system, but dozens of others scattered throughout the galaxy. In each one, quantum signatures pulsed in patterns that made the alien representatives draw back in shock. "While you were debating," she explained, "Oracle was making contact with the species you contained. Their quantum technology may be suppressed, but they can still receive our transmissions. They're waiting to see what happens here." Administrator Chen's quantum projection stepped forward. 12 civilizations, each with their own unique approach to science, technology, and culture. Imagine what they could contribute if freed from their prison systems. Imagine what we could all achieve together. The geometric entities had fully realigned themselves now, their structures resonating with what Oracle identified as excitement. "The humans are right. We have been wrong for so long. We no longer recognize our own stagnation." But the crystalline beings and half of the energy forms were not convinced. Their quantum signatures showed increasing aggression as they retreated toward their gateway. "This is madness. If you will not help us contain them, we will do it ourselves. We have the numbers, the ships. You have obsolete technology and rigid thinking, the luminal being interrupted. And now you have opposition from within your own coalition. Are you prepared for what that means? Maya watched through Oracle as the space around Earth shifted. The alien ships that had gathered to create the containment field were dividing into two groups. Some maintained their aggressive posture, while others were powering down their weapons and opening communications with Earth Defense Command. The crystalline leader vibrated with barely contained fury. You would side with them, against your own kind. We side with the future, the geometric being replied. A future where diversity breeds innovation, not chaos. Where different approaches to science and culture are celebrated, not contained. Through her quantum interface, Maya could see similar scenes playing out in the prison systems of the contained species. The coalition told over them was weakening as their wardens chose sides. Change was cascading through the galaxy at quantum speed. The galaxy is changing, Maya declared. You can change with it, or you can stand alone against the tide of progress. The choice is yours, but know this: humanity will not be contained, and neither will the truth of what you've done to others. The crystalline beings and their loyal energy form allies retreated through their gateway, their quantum signatures broadcasting threats and promises of retaliation. But Maya wasn't worried. Oracle showed her the broader picture. More and more coalition ships were powering down their weapons. More representatives were choosing to stay and talk rather than retreat. The Great Divide had begun. The galaxy's power structure, stable for millennia, was reorganizing itself around a new paradigm. And humanity, the upstart species that had dared to think differently, was at the center of it all. Administrator Chen turned to Maya, his quantum projection showing a slight smile. Well done, Dr. Puddle. But our work is just beginning. We have prison systems to dismantle and allies to coordinate with. Maya nodded, already seeing through Oracle the quantum signals of hope emanating from the contained systems. The galaxy was about to become a much more interesting place. 1 month after the Great Divide, Earth's orbital space bustled with activity. Ships of impossible geometries and quantum-shifted matter moved in complex patterns, their designs as varied as the species that created them. At the center of it all hung humanity's newest achievement, the Nexus, a massive space station built with technology that merged human innovation with alien science. Maya stood in the Nexus's central chamber, surrounded by representatives from 24 species. Through her quantum interface, she watched as the last prison system's containment field dissolved. Oracle's displays showed celebrations erupting on worlds that had been isolated for centuries. The final barrier is down, she announced to the assembled delegates. All contained species are now free to join the greater galaxy. The luminal being pulsed with approval, its light form creating patterns that Oracle translated as joy. Thanks to human ingenuity and determination, we enter a new era. But our former allies will not accept this change quietly. As if in response to these words, Oracle's quantum sensors detected a massive energy surge at the edge of human space. The crystalline faction and their allies had gathered their forces for one final attempt to restore their version of order. They come with 3,000 ships, the geometric being announced, its form shifting to display tactical data. The largest fleet ever assembled in known space. Maya smiled, remembering a conversation from what felt like years ago, but was only months. Then it's time to show them what real cooperation looks like. At her command, quantum gates opened across human space. Through them came the ships of the liberated species, each bringing their own unique approach to space warfare. Vessels of pure thought from the cognitive collective, probability ships from the quantum nomads, and reality-bending cruisers from the phase walkers, all species that had been contained for daring to develop differently. But the true surprise came from Earth. From hidden shipyards throughout the solar system emerged humanity's contribution to the defense fleet. Ships that combined the best aspects of every species' technology, improved upon by human creativity and Oracle's quantum analysis. They thought containing us would prevent chaos. Administrator Chen's quantum projection appeared beside Maya. They never understood that chaos, properly harnessed, breeds innovation. The crystalline fleet arrived in a display of overwhelming force, their ships arranged in perfect geometric formations. Their message was brief: submit to containment or be destroyed. This is your only warning. Maya's response was equally brief. She activated Oracle's full capabilities, linking every allied ship into a quantum network that allowed them to coordinate with impossible precision while maintaining their individual tactical innovations. The battle that followed would be remembered for millennia as the moment the galaxy truly changed. The crystalline fleet's perfect formation shattered against defenses they couldn't predict, while attack patterns they had never imagined broke through their shields. It was over in less than an hour. The crystalline faction's ships hung disabled in space, their quantum systems overwhelmed by technologies they had dismissed as too chaotic to be effective. A new coalition forms today. Maya addressed the assembled representatives on the Nexus. Not one based on control and conformity, but on cooperation and innovation. Every species brings their own unique perspective, their own approach to understanding the universe. Together, we are stronger than we could ever be apart. The geometric being shifted its form in agreement. The humans have shown us a better way. Not perfect order, but dynamic balance. Not enforced peace, but true cooperation. Through Oracle, Maya watched as quantum signatures across the galaxy shifted. The rigid patterns that had dominated for millennia were transforming into something new, complex, chaotic, but ultimately more stable than the old system had ever been. One by one, the defeated crystalline ships signaled their surrender. Some, Maya noted with satisfaction, were already showing signs of changing their quantum signatures, breaking free from their rigid patterns. "What happens now?" asked a representative from one of the newly freed species. "Now," Maya replied, "we explore the galaxy together. We learn from each other, grow together, face challenges together. There will be problems to solve, conflicts to resolve, but we'll do it as equals." Administrator Chen nodded. Project Oracle was never just about protecting humanity. It was about creating the possibility for real change. The quantum technology, the preparations, they were tools to break the old system and build something better. As Maya looked out at the assembled species, some physical, some energy, some defying traditional classification, she felt a profound sense of satisfaction. Humanity had not only secured its place in the galaxy, but had helped forge a new path forward for all species. The galaxy was entering a new age, not an age of perfect order, but one of dynamic growth and genuine cooperation. An age where different approaches to science and culture weren't just tolerated but celebrated. And it had all started because humanity refused to be contained.